Coach. The rain is falling. The fans are soaked. But here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd. And through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Let's go now. 8 read.
When's the mic? Watch one. Watch one. 9-9, sweetheart.
Get it.
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. This one grabbed by A.J. Green.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Back to throw here. And able to find Green. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, able to record his 5th sack of the season. They're going to look to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
RG3 going to bring the Ravens up 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Check, check. Lock on, go. Deuce.
Griffin. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
got you. Check your hot read. Okay. 57. I know he ain't got it. Yeah. Check 99. Check 99. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Looking to throw again on second down. Griffin. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Single. Check right. Come on. Come on. 89. Watch 89. Watch twist. Twist. Check 31. Check 31. Kill. 24 is the money.
Throwing now. Griffin on first down. Dancing to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on first and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here we go. This is Pittsburgh. Kill. Switch it. Whip. Watch the whip. 25. Check 25.
Throwing again on second down. Griffin. And an alley to run. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Watch the twist.
Pilot, 64, weak. Look, screen.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So now they'll come up on second and 10, once again from the 28. Quick throw, complete out wide here to Green. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
First down, Cincinnati.
Here we go, set. 10 low ball.
Two times.
Hit it.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They come out here in the eye.
Watch one.
Check. Hey, exit.
Here's a run with Mixon. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Bengals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Bengals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
On second down now, Dobbins. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Check 43.
On third down, Griffin. And an alley to run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Griffin. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. Looking to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. Let's go. Come on. Check 49. Check 49. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. He's coming. He's coming. We got to double up. Double up.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Mackenzie Alexander in on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 39, Griffin. And an alley to run. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch twitch.
From the shotgun, Griffin. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jesse Bates. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Let's go, baby.
Come on, set. H.E. Gator. Hey, Haywood.
Where's the mic? Watch one.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Airing one out for Boyd. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. But it'll be 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Going up top. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Griffin. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
57. Watch the flag. Watch the green.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Ingram. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Tighten up. Tighten up. Wide.
Out of the gun, Griffin. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
3rd and long. It's Griffin. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Ready up.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Down. 18 Gator.
Where's the mic? Watch one. Danny.
They're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Let's go. 15 line. 15 line.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get
Now.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got Green. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
They'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A quick throw now complete to Ross. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 29-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun to give to Mixon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back to Mixon on first down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Go now. 70, Indy.
2nd and 11. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram. He goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. Ingram again. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's Jonah Williams, the 11th overall pick back in April. He was actually the first lineman taken. He's a guilty party.
Here we go. 8-3.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Calais Campbell racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Hey, box truck, box truck. Now.
They'll set up a throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
So Mike number one.
Ready?
Back to throw. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. Tucker now for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Come on,
The
set.
Bengals
50,
drive
play.
about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown,
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And he's going to go down again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
You go tight. Hey. You got tight right there. Jump.
And an alley to run. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Slam. Shoot.
Ingram. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Baltimore, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.